Welcome to YouTube viewers and welcome to International Facts. Today's topic is renewal of diplomatic ties between Saudi Arabia and Qatar. This matter is a bone of contention between Arabic countries particularly in the Gulf. In 2017, Saudi Arabia and its allies have broken diplomatic relations with Qatar, accusing Qatar of instigating riots in Muslim world in other countries because they are running a channel Al Jazeera with the based at Qatar, and also funding the terrorist organization which Qatar has vehemently denied all the time. But these countries have put sanction and broke off all the diplomatic relations with that Qatar, which has created some sort of tension in the Middle East, particularly the Gulf region. Qatar has been a very active member of Gulf Cooperation Council, and it is the richest nation, which is by any standards rich in the world. This has got a huge natural resources, that is gas, which it shares with Iran, and it has been choosing the path of modern way of living in entire Gulf region, because other countries have many restrictions, but Qatar is somewhat provide a liberal atmosphere in this region. So in this context, the Saudi Arabia has broken off the relation, which has caused unease among the Gulf countries. Particularly, initial period, the Gulf countries, particularly Saudi Arabia allies, have supported Saudi Arabia. Later, they felt that when the Muslim world is facing a challenge or otherwise a split in their leadership, isolating Qatar will not help them. In that regard, Kuwait has taken an initiative of renewing the diplomatic relations with Qatar, and when Saudi Arabia and Prince Mohammed bin Salam has welcomed Qatar Sheikh Tamim at the airport, this has a happy ending. Now, entire Saudi Arabia and its allies have revived their diplomatic relations. What surprises the critics in the entire episode is Qatar was not considered as a hardline Islamic country, because it is a base for American military for so many years, and like many restrictions which Islam countries impose in their country, Qatar is somewhat conducive to live in the Middle East or whatever in the Gulf, which they have many eased restrictions for the foreigners to enter Qatar and work there. And it is a richest nation, as you know. But unfortunately, this development has created a tensions between Qatar and these Gulf countries, because Al Jazeera works on an independent note. It reports, it has created a credibility all over the world. So when these countries asked Qatar to close this channel, Qatar thought that it is attack on its sovereignty, and it refused to do so. Now, before renewing the contacts, totally they have made Saudi Arabia and its allies have made 30 charter of demands for Qatar. First of all, they have to close the Al Jazeera channel, and they have to downgrade the ties with Iran, and they have to cut off all the links with the terrorist organization, and even the Turkey's presence should not be encouraged in Qatar. These are some of the demands put forward by the Saudi Arabia and its allies. But Qatar never agreed to these demands. Qatar has been always advocating that it never intended to disturb the governments in Middle East or Islamic nations, and it has its own policy of foreign affairs which protects its national interest. Particularly with Iran, it shares a very large gas area where natural gas available, that large area which it shares with Iran, and other military needs also. Qatar is taking independent decision in the keeping its country's interest. So among these 13 demands, on the record, Qatar has never agreed to this, but still Saudi Arabia and its allies have agreed to renew their diplomatic relations, because Kuwait has argued that in this changed world scenario, we cannot isolate Qatar, which has been a friendly country for the over the years, which has been the backbone of the Gulf Cooperation Council for the so many years. So this has an happy ending. But international observers feel that besides this, the Saudi Arabia has a very strong reason to renew these ties with Qatar, because Saudi Arabia is a leader of Sunni Muslim world, because the holy places of Makkah and Medina are located in Saudi Arabia, and whatever the Saudi Arabia says, it has an influence on Sunni majority nations in the Islam world. There is no doubt about that. Saudi Arabia has all the resources, economically, politically, it has its influence over the Islamic countries. But in the recent times, it has facing challenge from the two sides. First, Iran. Iran is enriching its uranium and continuing its nuclear program, which Saudi Arabia doesn't want to do, because Saudi Arabia thinks that this, if Shia nation of Iran makes a nuclear bomb, or it makes a nuclear program and enrich its uranium, it may destabilize the entire Middle East. Particularly, Saudi Arabia is very fearful of this Iranian development of nuclear program. While it on the other side, Iran is a bitter opponent of Saudi Arabia in Middle East. Now, on the other side also, it is facing a challenge from the Turkey-led nation. Now, Turkey has been taking the lead in getting the Islamic nations' support to fight against Islamophobia in the world. Now, the Turkey is saying that all the Muslim countries should unite under their name, under Turkey, to fight against the forces which are doing propaganda against Islam. And Turkey was more aggressive recently in world politics. It has challenged US, and it has made some efforts to wean away Muslim leadership from Saudi Arabia. Particularly, it has negotiated a meeting between Malaysia, Pakistan, and Turkey. Saudi Arabia sees Turkey's attempts as a challenge to its leadership, particularly when these three nations are, one is from Europe, two other from Asia, and Pakistan is also a nuclear power. It has given some leadership questions about the Islamic world. Until further, Saudi Arabia is having a full influence on the Islamic world. But this challenge put forward by Turkey is giving a jittery to Saudi Arabia. And one more the interesting aspect in the entire Middle East region now is recognition of Israel by Arab countries. This is very, very surprising. The observers feel that Saudi Arabia is behind this entire proceedings where Arab countries are recognizing Israel. Though Saudi Arabia on record is silent on recognizing Israel, but it has expressed that one day or other Israel should be part of the entire mainstream of Middle East politics. But as of now, Saudi Arabia has no diplomatic relations with Israel and it has not officially recognized Israel. But surprisingly, its allies, UAE, Bahrain, Sudan, Oman, and recently Morocco have recognized the Israel and renewed the diplomatic relations. So, it can be evolved that these steps of Arab countries, particularly Muslim dominated nations, have recognized Israel. It is a paving a way for a somewhat peace in this Middle East, but Palestinians feeling that their cause is lost. Now, Israel was not recognized by Arab nations or Muslim countries for the only reason that if Palestine nation was never considered by the Israel, the existence of two nations was never on the record by Israel. Though the Middle East peace process have taken a long time to resolve this issue, still this issue is unresolved. Still, the Palestinian occupied territories have not been independent sovereign nation. It is still occupied territory. Though the regional governments by Hamas or PLO earlier led the governments, but it doesn't have a nation status. Earlier, these all Arab countries or Muslim nations have been demanding that Israel should concede the national status to Palestine and two states should remain in Middle East, one Palestine and Israel. Then only they can recognize Israel and establish diplomatic relations with Israel. But Israel never said yes to this concept. Recently, Israel has also made several attempts to shift its political activity, or it can be shift as a capital to Jerusalem, which is again a very important fact in entire Middle East, because Jerusalem is considered to be the holy place of Jews, Christians and Muslims, and Palestine always saying that Jerusalem will be their capital when the nation is formed. But contrary to their expectations, Israel is shifting all its headquarters to Jerusalem, which was also backed by US. Earlier, Arab nations have protested this and Palestine severely opposed it, but Israel has not changed its policy. Now also, besides that, these nations have establishing diplomatic relations with Israel is a major victory for Israel in this region. Further, now, if Saudi Arabia also falls in line and establishes diplomatic relations with Israel, the major victory for Israel will be in the Middle East, where it has a recognition of the major countries which are very influential in the Muslim world and economically rich, so that Israel can do trade and exchange technology, and it may also lead to the peace and prosperity of the region. But one thing is sure, that without Palestinian issue solved in an amicable way, there will not be any peace in Middle East. Until Palestinians' demands were met, how it will be met? How far Palestinians will compromise on their demands? How Israel will move forward to continue its political approach towards Gulf nation? It all will depend upon the mutual cooperation, mutual understanding of the problems. Now, it is a good sign that the Muslim world is recognizing Israel, but at the same time, all over the Middle East, still people believe that without solving the Palestinian problem, there will not be any peace in Middle East. Israel have to consider this fact and make made towards the solution of Palestine, because it is the opportune time that this historical turn of events are taking place in Middle East. A few years back, or if you go back to the 50s and 60s, nobody believed that Israel will be recognized by Arab states, because Arabs have waged a war against Israel several times, and every time Israel defeated them. And all through the existence of Israel, America had backed Israel. Now the situations have changed. Now olive branch has been offered to Israel by the Arab countries. Now it is Israel to decide whether it concede the Palestinian demand and establish a long-term peace process in Middle East, or otherwise continue its policy, because if Palestinian problem is not solved, never peace can be in Middle East. So it depends upon all the nations in the Middle East to think over this issue and resolve the problems amicably, because world is changing fast. Now we have to bury the old enmities and pave a new way for peace process. So the international turn of events or future will tell how this peace process will go further. This is the topic which we have discussed, and these are only international facts which I am putting. There are no viewpoints on this. This is, if you like this video, please subscribe to it and comment. Thank you.